Hello everyone, this is StrawberryShorty here with a review of the Sexy Brutale for PS4. So, this is yet another game that involves messing around with time to try and prevent a tragedy. You control Lafcadio Boone, an elderly priest and one of the guests at a masquerade hosted by the infamous Marquis at his casino mansion called the Sexy Brutale. They hold these parties every year. Everything usually goes great, but this year something is terribly wrong. The Marquis is nowhere to be found, and the staff is murdering the guests. Lafcadio is able to escape this fate thanks to the assistance of a mysterious woman, and must use a magic pocket watch to rewind time and try to save each of the mansion's guests. In doing so, he learns more about what's going on and gains access to new abilities, such as super hearing, the ability to shatter glass, and lockpicking. So this is a kind of artistic, creative title. It's got really unique graphics, but kind of on the downside, the camera angle is positioned in such a way that you can't really see anything all that clearly, which I do think is a little disappointing. I also kind of wish that you got a lot more time with the various characters. You got to learn more about them. Like, you can collect like a lot of really interesting background info on each of the characters and all the rooms in the mansion. And while those are nice extras, some of it you wish was in the game itself, and a bit more readily available. There's also an alternate ending which requires you to collect 52 playing cards, and some of these are fairly well hidden, and at least in the PS4 version there is no way to tell which cards you have collected, so you can end up in a situation where you're missing, like with me, where you're missing one card and you have no idea where it is. And like I said, they're well hidden. So helpful tip for people that find themselves in this position: if you're missing a card, there is like one card in every single fireplace, and you have to get to the card before the fireplace gets lit. Even when you rewind time, you keep the cards. So mine was in the fireplace of the casino, which you don't really have any reason to go that way throughout the game, at least not that early on, so you'll usually miss it. Just throwing that out there so no one goes through what I did. The extra ending isn't like anything super fancy, but it's worth experiencing, I think, although it might be easier to just watch it on YouTube. So yeah, it's a kind of clever little puzzle game where you have to try and figure out ways to save the various characters. Sometimes you will have no idea what to do. In like the, I think it was chapter 3, I just kept missing this key. I felt so stupid when I found out where it was. But because of you can't be in the same room as any of the other characters, or else their masks will come to life and chase you. So you can only spy on them through the door. You can hide in cabinets, but you're mostly wandering around trying to unlock the mansion's secrets and figure out what the heck is going on. And yeah, gameplay is 99% just rewinding time, grabbing items, and using them at the right times. Not too much else to say on that front. In terms of the story, I liked it. I did think the build-up could have been a little better at times. Like I said, I wish the characters had gotten more development. That would have been nice. There's like a comic you can get that gives some backstory to the mansion that I don't think is provided with a normal copy of the game, which is a shame because I think it really adds to the experience. And I really liked the ending. Like, it's very heartfelt. It actually made me get like emotional. Like, this and Distraint 2 both had endings that gave me like feels. It's also got some similar themes to Little Hope from the Dark Pictures anthology at one point. So it is well worth experiencing. Yeah, there's not a lot to say about the gameplay, is there? It's really very, very basic gameplay. So there's not much to it, not much to talk about. Like it's overall fairly simple, but it works. Just spy on people and eavesdrop on their conversations to try and figure out what to do next and how to save them from their deaths. And then move on to doing the same for the next character. So I guess we'll end up jumping into spoilers pretty early for this one. Like, there's not much else to talk about. So, spoilers, like I said, I think this is a very... We're talking spoilers now. This is a very emotional story. I love the theme of it, of this man who, because of a gambling addiction, just made a horrible mistake and destroyed everything he ever loved and just could not move on. I think that's a really interesting plot. I do wish the gambling addiction aspect had been made clearer. It's something briefly touched upon in the prologue comic, but not enough in the game itself. It's not even technically confirmed that his gambling addiction played into it, but I think that's like the best explanation for why he chose to go such a dangerous route. I also love the idea behind the mansion's existence and just all the symbolism. Favorite character, by the way, is Red Rockridge. Love the gentle giant types, and the fact that he's willing to like die to protect Red is really awesome. Character designs in this are also really good. And like another thing that I wish had been kind of stressed in the game, which you can find it out via like the secret unlockables, is the whole thing about Lucas taking on his friend Lafcadio's image to give himself the strength he needed to finally break free and overcome his guilt. Yeah, I wish this review was longer, but I should have made this one of the short reviews. But yeah, it's just, again, it's another one of those games that's kind of simple but sweet. And while there are some things that it could have done better, I think it is a quality game overall and well worth experiencing. Though, if you're watching the spoiler section, I would imagine you already have. So, what did you think? Who were your favorite characters? Did you like the game? Did you hate the game? Let me know in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!